No order needed here because I cannot ask you to crucify yourself publicly like that. Thank you, Owen. Therefore, he is merely asking in no particular order for me to name my top 5 college football traditions. So in no particular order, here we go. I've seen this one a number of times. Auburn, that eagle flight, the pregame eagle flight, is really an amazing thing to see. A lot of times I have a routine at games, and I will go into the press suite area, and I won't come out after I've watched warm-ups. I won't come out until right before they kick it off because I'm trying to watch other games. However, at Auburn, I make an exception because this right here is an opportunity for you to see a real-life bald eagle fly down to a 50-yard line in front of you. And then here's the other bit of good/terrifying news. They will carry those birds, and I use that term with a lot of reverence when I'm talking about these birds. They will carry them around the sideline so you can get pictures and stuff with them. If you've never been next to an eagle, if you've only seen them, you vastly underestimate how large they are, especially when they have their full wingspan on display for you. And when they flap their wings, because sometimes they get a little agitated on the sideline, like Auburn doesn't go for it on 4th and short, and they're aggravated like everyone else is. When they flap their wings, it's almost like you feel a little wake come off of it. And you kind of step back. I've stepped back from those birds on more than one occasion because they scare me. I know what they could do to me. And they let that little squeal out every now and then. Those are such impressive creatures to be around. I've never gone to like Africa and gone on a safari, so I haven't been able to see lions in person, and I don't choose to go to the American zoos because I want to see them in the wild. I have, however, seen eagles, and I'm going to treat that as though they're in the wild because look, when they turn them loose, one of those eagles flew away one time. So, they go to the 50-yard line 99% of the time. Every now and then they'll run into the plexiglass window of a suite. That happened. Or they'll just, see ya. Throw up the deuces. I think that happened one time. Those are incredible to see. So that's one. And then my next one, I've only been able to see this once, but it was awesome. I want to say it was like 2014 or 15. I go down to Tallahassee, and Clemson's in town. That was when Deshaun Watson was still there. And they let us go out to midfield, and Chief Osceola takes the flaming spear, and then he just throws it down on the 50-yard line. And I was out there for that. And that's the only time I had experienced it. Now, that was awesome. And sometimes people watch this, mainly the casuals out there, and they say, I don't like this. It's making a mockery of the Osceola tribe. Well, here's the good news on that front. The Osceola tribe endorses this. It's so awesome. They looked at it and said, yeah, we're on board with that. So, everyone checks it off. Everyone's good to go with it. This is really incredible. By the way, let me go ahead and apologize for this while we're at it. I called Doak Campbell Stadium, Doak Walker Stadium the other night. When we were self-scouting ourselves, I realized I said that. I know it's not Doak Walker Stadium. I know it's Doak Campbell. So forgive me. Do I have it? I don't know. I'll read the comments later. So that's my, not number 2, but that's my second one. Number 3, just got to experience this past year. I would strongly encourage you guys, if you got a little discretionary income laying around and you're thinking, I want to take a road trip. Doesn't even have to be my team. I just want to take a road trip somewhere. The venue is Beaver Stadium. The city is, State College, Pennsylvania. And the event is the Whiteout. Got to experience this finally last year. It was Auburn in town. Everyone was undefeated. Everyone still had all their hopes and dreams in front of them. Goose eggs in the loss column. And this is footage I actually shot if you're watching the video. This is not from the broadcast feed, man. This is from the iJosh. There's no substitute for that. That's incredible. That is a spectacle, like I said, that gets as close to a pro wrestling event, which is just built to be spectacle instead of a sporting event, as anything in college athletics. You got the fireworks going off, and it's nighttime, and it's like 70 degrees outside because it was still September. Such coordination. From the dress being all white to the actual participation in the crowd involvement and whatnot, the coordination's just unmatched. And they got about 105 to 110,000 people in there to boot. So that one I got to experience this past year. Now I'm going to give you one that's the only one I have not seen in person. But Enter Sandman at Virginia Tech is such an incredible thing that I feel like I've been there, because anytime, especially when ABC and ESPN, when they do these games, they always do a really good job of kind of revolving their broadcast around that build up to that entrance. And I think a lot of people who haven't been there, and they may be casual fans who mainly watch NFL, and they just kind of check out college, When they happen to see a Virginia Tech game, they say, what is this? Why are they making such a big deal about this? But if you'll just shut up and turn the volume up and watch, I think you'll get it. Mariano Rivera used it as his entrance music all those years at Yankee Stadium. Loved it when he came out of the pen. Loved seeing Virginia Tech come out of the tunnel there. Desperately looking to get up there. Thought I was going to be up there for week 1 last year. Schedule didn't work out. Looking to get up there for that. Script Ohio, the dotting of the I. You know, the reason that I thought about not putting this in is certainly not because it doesn't qualify. It's because the jerks in the marching band there, some of them, not all of them, the ones who run the Twitter account, they started to get a little salty with me this past year, because when I was going to go up there for the Michigan State game, I jokingly put out that even though there is a rumor, it's not true, I will not be dotting the I at Ohio Stadium this Saturday. All in good fun. Well, then the Ohio State marching band Twitter account has to come in and say, yeah, we can confirm that. It's definitely not true. Like, calm down. CYT. If you know, you know. And about 5 of you know what that acronym stands for. AJ, you're one of them. Jesse, you're one of them. Anyway, I can't, just because of the actions of a few, discount what is an amazing tradition. So Script Ohio, the dotting of the I. Look, maybe one day we will get the show big enough to where I can dot it. We're not there yet. I get it, guys. We're not there yet. So we've got all those. Now, there's one that I did not tell Jesse or Colin that I was going to include because I didn't want them to aggregate video of it, because we'll probably get sued and kicked off air. One of the other big traditions that I love in college football is the playing of neck at LSU. This is one of those if you know situations. And if you don't know, I do not encourage you to go onto youtube.com and search LSU neck. I certainly don't want you to do that. If you do it, I don't want you to do it with any loved ones, especially children, in the room. Here's the thing. We run a family-friendly show here, okay? I am usually a very reserved person. And there are lyrics in neck at LSU that you would not think I endorse. But here's the thing, and I don't know how to explain it. I've been to LSU games several times, and I have witnessed the playing and singing of neck. And it's not just college kids doing it, okay? It is bankers, it's bank tellers, it's grocery store clerks, it's Baptist preachers, and everyone in between. It's just accepted. It's one of those things that is an exception to the otherwise way that you want to carry yourself. So there is a decorum that you want to have about yourself, and then there's what's acceptable to do on Saturday in Tiger Stadium. And look, neck is one of them. I'm just letting you know, neck is one of them. Neck is so incredible to behold. And it's so amazing to hear 90+ thousand people chant what they're chanting in unison that I believe if we were to be wiped out as a civilization, boom, asteroid hits, we're done. And then a million years down the road, humans repopulate the earth and they uncover evidence of our civilization. I think the playing of neck at LSU will be like dragons. We look back and we look at dragons and we think, those are mythical, right? Like there were never fire-breathing creatures. Wait, do we know if they were real or not? That's the way it's going to be with neck. They'll uncover evidence of neck, but then down the road a million years, people will say, there's no way that many people chanted those words in unison. Did they? Would that have actually happened? There'll be the shruggy emoji. Don't know, but I'm here to tell you, it does happen, and it's terrifyingly glorious. As is a lot of stuff you see at LSU now that I think of it. So those are some of my favorite traditions. I did not come close to naming all the traditions, so obviously that means I hate your program. But I would strongly encourage you, get in the comment section, because I'm trying to compile all the list of stuff I haven't seen yet, like Ralphie at Colorado. I got to have a good reason to go out there, high-profile game being the reason. I'd love to see Ralphie. I love Buffalo. So, there's just a lot of stuff that I still didn't include. Any band like USC or Alabama, any band that plays Fleetwood Mac in any shape, form, or fashion, that automatically is one of the best traditions in college football. So, yeah, there are a lot of ways to make it on this list.